Okay, students, good morning. And today we will continue networking. In previous lecture, we discussed there are transmission media. Transmission media means the media with the help of which we can transfer data from one side to another side. So transmission medias are of two types, guided and unguided. Guided media means wired media, and unguided media means we use wireless connections. In guided media, there are three types of wire: twisted pair, coaxial cable, and optical fiber. Fiber optic or optical fiber, same thing is there. And in twisted pair, this is a very old technology. In this, we use copper wire, and there are two wires twisted with each other. So there are total 4 pairs of wires, and the example is your CAT cable, RJ45 cable that is used in your modem. When you, if you have a broadband connection, the wire, the gray color wire is called twisted pair. It is a just like RJ45 cable. So in this we use the wire is of copper. It is again further divided into two parts: unshielded, shielded. Unshielded means there is no any cover, outer cover, but shielded means there will be outer cover. Look at here. Here is no any, there is a plastic cover only, but in the case of shielded, there is also a metal shield inside that. Now, there are some advantages. First of all, it is install and maintain. Very simple wire, very easy to maintain. It is simple, it is inexpensive. It means in senior computer lab, there are all the networking is with the help of twisted pair. It is inexpensive, low weight. The weight is very low and suitable for local network. It means it is not for a long distance network. Disadvantages: not suitable for long distance. If distance is long, then twisted pair cable or a Ethernet cable or a RJ45 cable is not suitable. Low bandwidth support. It means its data transfer rate is very slow. It is not so large rate of data transmission. So low speed is slow. So these are the disadvantages of. Moreover, outer disturbance is more. It means sometime wire break from any particular place, and in that case, data will be disturbed. Sometime in a telephone, you feel there is a some disturbance in voice. It means in that case, the outer disturbance is there. Same case in the case of your twisted pair cable. Now, coaxial cable. This is little bit advanced cable as compared with the twisted pair. Example is the Airtel or Tata digital connection, digital TV wire. This cable is quality wise superior as compared with twisted pair. In this, we use different layers of protection. So outer layer is plastic layer. Inside there is a again insulation cover is there, and then there is a out shield. There is a mesh of wires, and inside that there is a wire. So there are three-way covering of your coaxial cable. So the twisted pair is affected by atmosphere, but a coaxial cable is not affected by atmosphere. So there are, again, this is a copper wire. Now its advantages are there are two type, thick net and thin net. So distance is according to the distance, it is up to 500 meters and up to 185 meters, and mostly used in TV communication. Now advantages: better than twisted pair, we know that. Popular for TV network, we know that, I have already discussed. High bandwidth and speed is high, and more. Another advantage is durable. Disadvantage, expensive. As compared with twisted pair cable, this is expensive one. Next is, it is not compatible with twisted pair. It means we can't join twisted pair and coaxial cable together. So these are the disadvantages of coaxial cable. Another type of that is a present time. Present time is of optical fiber, yeah, or fiber optic. In this, the wire in place of the copper wire, there is just like a glass type material is used inside the wire, and the data is travel in the shape of light. So that's why the optical fiber speed is more as compared with the coaxial cable and the twisted pair cable. So here is a outer jet. Outer jet, inside there is a plastic is here, and after that there is a cladding. The cladding is a outer cover, and after that there is a glass or plastic core. This is a for transferring the data. Now its advantage. First of all, it is a high speed of data transmission. Data is travel in the shape of light, suitable for broadband communication. So present time is a broadband connections are of optical fiber as compared with the copper wire. So previously BSNL wire was famous for copper wire broadband, but present time all the broadband connections are of fiber, because speed of fiber is almost five to six times more as compared with with copper wire. Now there are some disadvantages. Installation is difficult. You can't uh, join the optical fiber with the simple tools. There are some special tools. With the help of that, we can join the optical fiber. Next is, connecting two optical fiber is very difficult. It take time, and it required expert knowledge. Next is, optical fiber are more difficult to solder, and next one is most expensive. So this is most expensive one. There one advantage is that data speed is more, durable is more, but installation expensive. These are the drawbacks of uh, optical fiber. Now microwave. This come under the wireless communication, unguided communication. Now the wireless transmission, there are two antennas, and data is travel in the shape of signals. So there is a one sending antenna and another is receiving antenna. So data is travel in the in waves. So there are remember one thing, there is a direct path between two different towers. So one is sending, another is, it can touch the surface and go to the receiving antenna. So there are two paths, direct path and path. Now there are some advantages. Maintenance easier than cable, because there is no any digging work. So there is no any physical wire is there. So maintenance is easy. Then suitable, when cable cannot used, because suitable is that sometime the distance is so long. For example, from Jalandhar to Ludhiana. So it is not possible for us for digging purpose. In that case, the microwaves are important. Disadvantage, after some distance, the signals become weak. In that case, we need repeater. Repeater will give the strength to the signals. Then less bandwidth available. Its bandwidth, the rate of data transmission is slow. There is also another microwave. There is also a radio wave. So difference between radio wave and microwave is that in radio wave, in microwave, if there is any obstacle in between sending antenna and receiving antenna that can't be crossed in the case of your microwave, but it can be crossed in the case of a radio wave. And most advanced wireless communication is satellite. So a satellite are placed around 36,000 kilometers away from the surface. So there are again there are different stations. One is sending, another is receiving antennas. So data take satellite take the signal from sending antennas and send it to receiving antennas. So advantage, a large area is covered, but disadvantage, high investment required. So if you have any doubt, you can discuss with me. Bhavika, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, but next is these are long distance wireless connection. There is also a radio wave, Bluetooth, infrared, the laser. These are the short distance the communication medias. Now modem. So now we will discuss some network devices. Modem. We know that modem stand for modulator and demodulator. There is a two processes, modulation and demodulation. We know that the computer work on digital signals, but your telephone lines are work on your analog signals, just like a waves. So a device that convert your digital signal into analog signals and vice versa is called modem. Another is RJ45 connector. In the front of your broadband wire, that is a twisted pair cable. There is a plastic connector. That plastic connector is called RJ45, and RJ stand for registered jack, and 45 is the size. So this is very famous for local area network, not for a long distance network. Then network interface card. In every computer, there is a one device required that is called Ethernet card or network interface card if you want to connect with any network. So this is this type of this is special hardware device required when we want to connect to any network. So it has a one physical address that is called MAC address. Another is called repeater. We know that after some distance, these signals become very weak. In order to give the strength to these signals, there is a special device that is called a repeater. So basically, a repeater is required when distance is longer than 100 meters. If we are sending the wire from one building to another building, if distance is more than 100 meter, in that case, repeater is required. Otherwise, no need of repeater. Hub. Hub is a central device in which all the computers are connected. So it creates a star topology. But there is a one drawback of hub. It can't. It is not intelligent. It can't manage your signals. For example, you send data from one computer to another computer. So the hub will broadcast the data. So it will not send the data to a particular IP address. And moreover, it has no any storage. Bridge. And a bridge is a connect multiple networks segment. If we have more than two networks and we want to connect them, there is a bridge. So next is switch. Switch is a advanced version of a hub. In this, two things are there. It has its own memory. It means buffer. It means when we send one one computer send the data first to switch, and switch will store the data, and later on it send the data to a particular computer. So it is advanced as compared with the next is router. So router is different between bridge and router is that both set the connectivity between two networks, but bridge will connect with these similar networks, but a router will connect dissimilar networks, in network which use different protocol. For example, first computer use TCP/IP, another network use UDP. In that case, we need router. Different, but these network different from protocol wise. For example, one is TCP/IP, another is UDP. Then gateway. Gateways also connect two networks that is connect dissimilar networks, means according to their hardware device, according to their technology. If there are, for example, in one network we use window environment, so in another we use Linux. In that case, we need gateway. So gateway router is different, connect different network. We use different protocols, but when we the different network use different type of operating system, we need gateway. Next is we have already discussed the network topologies. So in case you have any doubt, discuss with me. Diksha, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, beta. In networking, we have already discussed tree topology, mesh topology, star topology, and there is a bus topology and ring topology. So now next is computer networks. We have already discussed there are LAN, MAN, and WAN. There is a 4 type of network that is called PAN, personal area network. When we connect your desktop with your mobile phone, this type of network is called PAN, personal area network, and that is famous when you are connecting your local devices with each other. Network protocols, we started, we discussed HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, then we discuss FTP, then TCP/IP, then SLIP and triple P. Now next is wireless and mobile computing technologies. This is very important because in last 10-year paper, mostly there was a question different between GSM or CDMA, like these questions. Okay, but now according to wireless and mobile computing, there are following technologies: GSM, CDMA. These are the most important. One is GSM, another is CDM. Another is also called TCMA. I will discuss later on. But GSM is a very old technology. We know that when we use mobile communication, the signals are wireless. In air, there is a frequency. For example, when you there is a FM 98.4. This is a frequency. Now, in the case of your GSM, one call in one frequency, we can manage up to 8 calls. For example, 98.4. It means 8 calls in same frequency can be managed from one side to another side. It means 8 different users can make calls on same frequency. This is GSM, Global System for Mobile Communication. So this is very old technology. Its speed is slow. But another, the now latest technology is called CDMA. This is called code division multiple access. Code division multiple access. In this, your call is divided into different parts, and we can move these different parts from different frequencies. So difference is that in GSM, In one frequency, we can manage different calls with near about 8 calls. But in the case of CDMA, one call is divided and managed from different frequencies. So your data transfer rate is fast. So that's called CDMA. In GSM, we know that there is a one SIM is there. We insert the SIM in your mobile, and we can make a call. But in the case of your CDMA, we know that the some mobiles in which you can't change your the operator. For example, in the case of Reliance, so that technology is called CDMA. So if you have any doubt in this CDMA and GSM, you can discuss with me. Divya?
Yes, sir.
So GSM, one call is restricted to a particular frequency. But in CDMA, your call is not restricted to any particular frequency. It is divided and same call frequencies. Now next is WLL. This is called wireless in local area. This system connect subscribers to the public switch telephone network using radio signals. It means when we are not using telephone with the wire, but we are using wireless network. So this type of network is called wireless in local loop. It means in this devices use wireless signal in place of wired. So this is a next is email. We know that email stands for electronic mail. When we send the message with the help of internet from one computer to another, one user to another user, this is called email. Chat is a textual conversation between two or more persons in real time, just like a WhatsApp. Then video conferencing. The two-way video conferencing means when we at the time of chatting, when we send your video from one side to another side, there is a video transfer from one side to another side. This is called video conferencing. So in this, there are some special softwares are used. For example, in the case of your computer, there is a Skype is so there are number of softwares are used. SMS, this is called short message service, and this is basically mobile phones and mobile phones, fax machine, or we use SMS technology. Then there is a 3G. Present time is not a 3G. This is a 4G. Even we are going toward 5G. So here 3G, 3 stand for third and G stand for generations. So there are different generations of your mobile communication, and we will discuss later on these generations: 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G. Now we are going toward 5G. Then H, the full form is Enhanced Data Rate for Global Evolution. It is a radio-based high-speed mobile data standard. So this is a standard for mobile phones in which we can transfer high-speed data. Now next is, there are some networking security concepts. When we are using network, there are some security issues. So first is authorization. Authorization means confirm that the service we know that when we enter, you open your email ID, you fill your user ID and password. It means there is a authorization. It means you are giving the information that you are an authorized person. So authorization is just like a confirmation about your the user is a genuine or not, whether user is not a fake user. So authorization is a confirmation of the service required. Next, then is authentication. Authentication provide uh, okay, students. The authentication. When you use any your mobile phone connection, so in your mobile phone, then you use any Wi-Fi. There is some passwords on that, or that is provided by your internet service provider. That is called authentication. So when there is a Wi-Fi signals are there, there is a proper password is there. Uh, you will have to type the password, and then you can connect to that. So that is authentication. Encryption. When your data move from one computer to another computer, your data is in not in a not readable format. That is called encryption. So there is a two things, encryption and decryption. When your data move converted from readable format to unreadable format, it is called encryption. And decryption means when your data unreadable data converted to readable format. Next is biometric system. When your system use your personal body's sign, like fingerprints or face recognition. So this type of system is called biometric machine. When take the example of attendance machine, when we go to, for example, in our school, there is a, when the teacher come to the school, there is a attendance machine, that is a biometric system. Next is firewall. So firewall is a software as well as a hardware that protect your network from outside world, unauthorized persons. So your computers, your network will be protected. It has no any link with outsider. So there are three type of a firewall: packet filter, then application gateway, then circuit level gateway, proxy server. So you remember the names and don't go in the detail. Then next is cookies. So cookies are when you open any website. Next time when you then you fill the passwords of your email, you remember that sometime computer, your browser remember these things. These are with the help of cookies. So cookies are some short files that is saved in your computer system that increase your efficiency, increase your suppose first time you search any particular website in internet, and next time when you open the same website, it quickly open because its a server address, path, location, everything is saved in your computer system. So that is called cookies. So next is there is a very important term that is called hackers and crackers. Okay, students, hackers and crackers both are these are the expert person who break the secure system. But there is one difference. There is one difference between hackers and crackers. Hackers do the work for some monetary benefits, but the crackers sorry, the cracker break the system for some benefits. So but the hackers do the things for knowledge purpose. Both break the secure system, but the hacker is for knowledge purpose and cracker is for any benefit, maybe monetary benefits, maybe any type of benefit, personal benefits are there. Next is in every country there is a law that control the cyber crimes. So in India there is a cyber law, Indian cyber law. In every country there is a there is a cyber law that control the that contain the legal and regulatory rules regarding any cyber crime. So it monitor, it control the internet and world wide web. Cybercrime. It is a unlawful act where in the computer is either a tool or a target or both. It means with the help of computer, if you are doing any type of crime that come under cyber crime. So it include tampering with the computer source document. If you are without the permission of any person, if you are changing the data, this is cyber crime. Hacking, cracking, again, these are the part of a cyber crime. When we publishing the information that is not up to the mark, so this is for example, you post in a Facebook the information of another person without his or her willingness, so this is called again a cyber crime. When we assessing the protected system without permission, again this is cyber crime. When we disclose of any private electronic record, if we disclose the private personal information of any person, this is again a cyber crime. So this is all about different terms linked with the networking.